Hey everyone, this is Next Archer, and I will be reviewing the Zero Tolerance 0550. In the description below there will be two links to videos, one showing the hot spots on this knife, and the other showing a cut demo test on logs. Or not logs, but a 2x4. Okay, so the best use for this knife, well, I use it as one of my main everyday carry blades. I'll show my three main everyday carry blades, and you'll probably see similarities between them. So, you can see that all G10 handles, all relatively the same blade length. So I use it as an everyday carry blade, although it does not perform everyday carry tasks as well as I would like. Its weight is very, very heavy. You can see that's a huge chunk of titanium. I'll show that compared to the Kershaw Skyline. And you can see that that's a huge chunk of titanium. Not milled out at all, that titanium isn't. So that adds to the weight as well as that chunky blade. Okay, opening and closing, how smooth it is. Opens up great. When I first got it, it was almost impossible to open. That detent was extremely strong. The detent wears in after about 100 or 150 openings. It stops being impossible to open. So what you're going to want to do is just open it, close it, just like that, a couple hundred times when you first get it, because otherwise, when you're actually using it, it will be impossible to open. Also, you'll want to adjust your grip so you're not pressing down on the lock bar. But now, I can press down on the lock bar and it will open perfectly, as long as I give it a little wrist flick when I'm pressing down on it. So, opening and closing, perfect after it's been broken in. When you first get it, you're not hardly going to be able to open it. Speed, I can't think of a knife being faster. So, very fast. Ways to open it just using the thumb stud. Lock, type, and is there any blade play? As I said before, titanium frame lock. As you can see, it's about 50% of the way on there. Has a Rick Hendrer lock bar stabilizer, and absolutely no blade play. That's one of my favorite things about this knife, is like it can be opened very smoothly without having to make blade play. On my Spyderco Paramilitary 2 has blade play, so it can open smoothly, and on my Kershaw Speedform, same thing. I have to have a little blade play to be able to open it smoothly, or quickly and close it easily. Okay, blade. S35 VN blade steel, about 3.5 inch blade, which is my size for everyday carry. I don't like 4-inch blades, and I hate 3-inch blades, so this is perfect blade length, 3.5. Blade steel is S35 VN. It's a decent steel. Haven't had too much experience with it, as this is the only knife I have with S35 VN. And I'm just going to strop that, do a quick ceramic rod to show that it does sharpen up very nicely, just to get any grit off of it and then show how well it does. See? And you can see that it's just flying through there now. Okay. So, blade steel sharpness, very nice, and it's an American-made knife. It has a stone-washed finish, as you can see there. I was really wanting to get it in tiger stripe, but I don't know if that will ever come out. So I just bought it like this. Okay, pocket clip. Here are a pair of cargo jeans, or cargo pants. See how that fits in there. As you can see, that's going to be how much is sticking out. And the thing about this is, I have lowrider clips on one of my Benchmade knives. I don't have it with me right now, but honestly, this knife rides perfectly. Just how the clip is, it just is centered very well, and you don't feel the weight, especially if you're wearing a good belt like, what's the belt I usually wear? It's this Spec Ops CQC Riggers belt. Love the belt, and makes it so I don't feel anything like knives, the weight of them. Wouldn't suggest actually getting a lowrider or lowrider clip, as I really like that clip, although it is stainless steel instead of titanium. I believe the clip is bead blasted instead of stonewashed though. The handle is bead blasted. Okay, let's go to handles. This would be G10, and titanium would be the frame. Color black G10 with a strange pattern. It's grippy enough. I mean, this knife isn't going to slide out of your hand at all, even though this is titanium. That's another thing with the pocket clip and the titanium. When it comes in and out of your pocket, it has the perfect amount of retention. So you can see that you can hardly bring that up, but has the perfect amount of retention for blue jeans or for khaki pants, and also won't tear it up because it does have that smooth titanium. Okay, it does have a steel liner on the G10 side, which you can see is milled out, the steel liner is, but does not have a liner on the titanium side because it's a frame lock. Has lanyard hole right there, and let's see, the price versus the value. Is it worth $200? When knives get up to that expensive, you can't really tell people if it's worth it. What you can say is that they need to handle the knife, they need to watch videos on it, and they need to form their own opinion. I can't say if it's worth it or not. Was it worth it to me? I have it in my hands right now, and I own it. So yes, it was worth it to me. But I didn't pay $200. I paid $150 at a gun show. So yeah, there we go. The folding pry bar. That's really about it that I have on my little sheet of things to talk about. So, watch the two videos that I linked below, and they'll show how the hot spots on the knife as well as its cutting performance. So those are really tied into this review, and to get the full perspective, I definitely recommend watching those. And I'll see you guys later.